Pete Iorizzo is the columnist, sports editor for the Times-Union, joins us every Monday morning reacting to his Sunday column. And the headline is School Rebuilds with Help, and his lead graph reads like this. The Notre Dame Bishop Gibbons Fieldhouse. You remember that, folks, right? God, that's not what he wrote. I just put that line in there. But gutted by an October fire is on the verge of being rebuilt with framing for a new structure set to begin today, Monday. And Pete joins us here on Big Board Sports. Good morning, Pete Iorizzo.
Hey, Roger. How's it going?
I am fine, doing well. Did you have the winner of the Derby?
No.
Okay.
I didn't. You know what? I should have bet the Derby this year. I should have put a few bucks on Practical Joke, but I did not.
Okay. Yeah. Well, just as well. I
would not have picked the favorite though if I were betting or handicapping.
Right. No reason to pick favorites. Right. Pick long shots. Pick the second and third place finisher. You'd be in good shape. All right.
I found a 20-horse field with those numbers on a sloppy track.
It's anybody's game. And I almost forgot. I didn't forget about the story, but I forgot of when it was and the fact that they were so close to rebuilding this field house for Notre Dame Bishop Gibbons, which really is Holy Trinity, right? It was right before the playoffs last year, and they lost their field house and all their belongings and everything. And so many people, so many groups, so many everybody just stepped up for this football team and program. And here we are today, Pete, right? They start the process of rebuilding.
Yeah, I was out there one day last week, and they had the foundation all set, and they're going to start framing the new structure this week. And it was really touching actually to hear the principal Peter Fusco talk about how he said the total cost of the damage is somewhere between $300,000 and $400,000. That includes all the equipment that they lost, the cost of building a whole new field house, all the lockers, uniforms, everything. And he said insurance covers probably about half of that. So, you're talking about a significant amount of money needed to replace everything that was lost. And he said virtually every step of the way, someone stepped up with money, or he talked about some of the local electrical unions and plumbers unions offering to do a lot of the labor for free. He said Dick's Sporting Goods was going to give them a nice deal on some of the equipment that they lost. And just pretty much everything that they needed, there was somebody out there willing to say, hey, we can help with that.
Yeah, I'm just reading some graphs in your column, and it's amazing. It's really not, though. When you think about it around here in the capital region, there's a lot of times when you say, wow, that's devastating. How are they going to recover? Who's going to help them? They need to raise a whole lot of money for whatever it happens to be. And Pete, I know maybe it's everywhere, but certainly it is in the capital region. It's amazing the people that step forward when you need them to.
It's true. It always seems like you hear that around here, right from their very first football game was a playoff game against Hoosick Valley, just the very day after the fire. And, before the game, the Hoosick Valley coach came over and said, here's all the proceeds from the 50-50 for today. You guys just take it, which, by the 50-50 at Hoosick Valley, probably not a ton of money, but it was a small gesture that went a long way, and one that was repeated really all throughout the season. He said virtually every time they one of the Bishop Gibbons teams played somebody came over with a check before or after the game and said, here, I hope this helps. And, at the end of the day, it ends up adding up to a lot of money when it happens over and over again.
And you wrote that the Shenendehowa football coach, Brian Clausen, even reaching out.
Yeah, he said him and Brian often joke that Brian, quote unquote, adopted their football team, helping them, find places to train throughout the course of the summer. And then he said, Shen was kind enough to invite them to their team camp at the end of the summer, so they'd have a chance to practice with the Shen football team, which is not something ordinarily a small private school in Schenectady would be doing with the largest public school in the capital region. So I think they were happy with and were touched by that gesture.
Yeah, I remember coming to work that morning and going, wow, that is unbelievable. The fire started in the early morning hours on October 21st. Was the day before the first football playoff game in the history of Holy Trinity. And here we are set for a new field house. How long will it take to get that up and running?
They're hoping that they can start using it in July, and that it'll be fully operational and ready to go by the time the new football season starts.
Wow, it's a tremendous story and a great job by so many people. And the picture that you had in the paper on Sunday was the uniforms for that game were donated by the University at Albany, so they're all in their UAlbany jerseys.
Yeah, I remember that the day after the game when we running the photos in the paper, and it was funny to see them all in the UAlbany uniforms. And I think there were some other local colleges that had a hand in that too. I know Union stepped up, and I think RPI too, helping with equipment and footwear and all that sort of thing.
Well, it was it reminded me of just how our area steps up and supports, and I'm certainly happy to see that the process is underway to rebuild that field house for Holy Trinity. And good job with the column on Sunday, Pete. And as always, we appreciate a few minutes here on Big Board Sports.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good week.